Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Today, we're going to be playing some Living Legend. Now, you either love new or you hate new, so I have no idea how today's stream is going to go. I'm expecting some interesting reactions. Now, I'm going to be totally honest with you guys. I didn't play a lot of new when she was in CC. I don't know, like, it was just never really like my deck. I just didn't play a lot of it in CC. So, the list that we are playing today 110% comes to you from Annabelle. Her name's TCG Bell. She hangs out in chat all the time. She hangs out in Discord. So this is like her list. This is all the things she's worked on. She's put a lot of time into it. Just things like that. So keep that in mind as we're going through it today. I'm kind of learning the deck today. This is actually the first time I've played new since she hit Living Legend. I'm very hopeful that we have some decent results today, or that I start to feel comfortable with the deck as we're playing it today. I'm still trying to find an LL deck. I've kind of I've narrowed it down to 3 LL decks and 3 CC decks for anybody who caught my recap stream on Thursday. But today we're just gonna kind of add some more to it. We're gonna keep practicing. We're gonna keep working on it, and we're gonna see how it feels. So I have named the deck the Dark Side because I hated new when she how I feel about it in LL. Trent Ben TQ, what's going on, guys? Epic Universe. Have a good time testing the evil deck. See, we already have a hater in the chat. I love it. Coming to you from Trent. Ben, what's going on? GQ LL is goaded. I, GQ, I'm not gonna lie, that's a pretty interesting take. Most people hate LL, so I'm excited to hear that you like LL because most people hate it. I don't know. Let's go ahead and take a look at the deck here. We're going to talk about some of the cards, and we're just going to kind of like run through the deck here a little bit. While I drive to hang out with my kids, Martin, I hope you have fun hanging out with your kids, dog. I'm glad you can join us while you're on the drive, man. So yeah, this is the deck that Annabelle has put together for us. It has 37 main deck cards, and then we have some good sideboard cards. Now, everybody remembers and loves and/or hate this card. Bonds of Agony has terrorized us in CC over the past, I would say 6 months to a year, with Slippy really stepping out and being very, very impactful deck with Go Again written hero text. So Bonds of Agony has been pretty obnoxious for people. Recently banned in Classic Constructed, but still very playable in LL. So I'm curious how Bonds feels, if it feels oppressive, if it feels ridiculous. Bonds of Agony, like special number to block with when you're playing in LL is 10 most of the time because Justinic takes it up to 7. Or I'm sorry, Justinic takes it up to 6. Bond's effect takes it up to 9, and then the +1 from the Fang Strike or whatever it's called takes it up. Chris said he loves LL. See, I don't know. Like, I believe you guys, but I just hear so many people have a negative opinion about LL that like I'm always like slightly skeptical when it comes to like stuff like that. Also, Warmonger's Diplomacy was recently unrestricted in LL, which I mean, I think it's pretty good considering how impactful Viserai, Chain, Briar have all been in LL. So I think seeing my mic is cutting out. That's weird. Hang on. I It doesn't pick up when I'm like turning to read the chat. Am I cutting out for everybody? Huh. Yeah, I think Ira getting hit in LL has been a big problem for people. If you're not talking directly into it, it's quiet. Um, I'm not sure. I see it not going as high as it normally does. Very bizarre. I mean, maybe I'm just gonna have to be on top of my mic today. I don't know. I I changed something in the audio settings earlier, but I changed it right back because I didn't know what I was actually changing it to. Hang on one second. Me see if we can figure out what's going on here. One sec. I wonder if that has anything to do. Hey, Play Kai, what's going on, buddy? Apparently my mic's having issues, so I'm trying to figure that out right now. The sound like is this any better? Like when I turn to the side, like, can you guys still hear me at all? Hey, Soray, what's going on? How are you? Good luck today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Yeah, like I do notice it's like not picking me up as well. Weird. Yeah, like right there, it didn't pick. Yeah, it's not supposed to when I'm off to the side, but I don't know. That is so. I add like an extra filter. All right. Well, I don't. We're gonna keep going. Y'all let me know if it gets worse, better, or whatever. Like if I'm quiet or too loud or something like that. Let me know because I don't know what's going on with. Yeah, like I am below normal ranges today. Hang on. One second. Uh, the noise suppression. Is this better? Y'all hear me better now? I don't know if that's gonna like solve the problem. It is still quiet. But it's kind of funny because I have a bunch of these settings on here that I set up one time and I've never changed them because like I've never needed to change them. I don't know. This might be a short stream until I can figure out what's going on with my headset. Going on with my mic. Change this. Is this any better? Oh my god, it's worse now. Jesus. Take it the other direction. How is this? Am I coming through better now? Should be better at this point. Like, this better. Sorry, guys. I know normally we don't have many technical issues here, but at least I try not to have many. I'm trying to figure out, like, it feels like it's picking me up better now. Yeah, it looks like it's a lot better. All right. If there's more issues, let me know. I can go back and change it. Yeah, I don't know. Like I changed the threshold on the expander, see if that brought it up, and it appears that it's higher. Kind of like lean off to the side. All right, everybody, brace yourself because actually, you know what? Hang on. Okay, it looks like it's still not like going. All right, it's working. We'll keep rolling and see what happens. Hopefully we fix the audio issues. Um, So yeah, them unrestricting warmongers diplomacy, I honestly think is a really, really big win for the format. You know, with like Chain and Viserai and even Briar just being as popular as they have been, I think between skirmish season and probably some LL ProQuest so far, Warmonger's Diplomacy being unrestricted feels like a very, very good call for the format. Just as like we're moving forward and kind of doing other things. So moving on to the sideboard. Annabelle leaves every card in the sideboard that she doesn't have excuse me, in her main deck at all times. They're all in the sideboard. So this is kind of like how the sideboard is set up. We have some defense reactions, for like matchups we need to be blocking in. I think that Censor is a really, really good add to the sideboard. Censor just kind of like hitting some of the more impactful cards, if it does actually hit your opponent, can be very, 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 very good for you in LL. Like, being able to stop like a Spinal Crush or a Starstruck or an Oakenold or anything depending on like what you're playing against, this card has a lot of utility. So I think this card fits in really well and can be pretty solid. Just being like a powerful 1 for 5 fits in the curve really well with daggers and everything else. Siren's Call also impresses me a lot. Siren's Call does such a great job. Oh, hang on. There we go. Siren's Call does such a great job against decks like Starvo or probably even the Mirror at just ripping resource cards out of their hand, allowing you to draw extra cards and really disrupting your opponent in a big way. It being a reaction in a 3-block lines up really, really well. The 1 cost, I imagine, like fits into the curve very well with like, with our daggers and things like that. So Siren's Call looks to be a pretty good pickup piece. I like having this in the sideboard. It feels really, really good. Getting the blind soul read on Censor is such a good feeling. Dude, tell me about it. Tell me about it. All right. Well, this is the deck. This is what we're playing. We're going to jump in and we're going to be trying the deck, how it feels in LL. Ooh, cannot play competitive CC here, unfortunately. Probably in a public game as well. Tell I was doing some testing yesterday. I was playing Fatigue Jarl into Gravy yesterday to see what that matchup feels like. See how good and or bad that matchup is. I want to know what setting I changed that made my mic mess up. I don't know. I'm gonna have to look and figure that out later. Yo, is that David Spade in the chat? Ian, what's up, dude? Yeah, for this. Against Briar. Let's see. We're on Arcane Lantern, and we're running the rest of our normal pieces here. And then let's see here. Okay. All right, let's just start at the top. We're not on Blanche. We're on 1 Censor. We're not on Erase Faces. We're on Vapor Scenes. We're on Levels. We are on Homage. Not on Pain in the Backside. And we're on everything else but the Sacred Art. Even on Siren's Call. I wonder if that's just because it's a 3. Interesting. Let's see how this feels. We are playing against Briar, and we are going second. Ooh, they're on Duskblade. I see. Duskblade is some sauce, dude. Hey, D, what's going on? Yes, we are playing, are playing LL today. They're on Bloodsheath Skeleton, too. They're on a very interesting Briar build. I see you joined the dark side. Yes. I am hopeful that New is going to have a good feeling to her in LL. Guess we're just going to pass and leave these in hand. Maybe I was supposed to give that go again on +1 and then flip these. I don't know. Are we able to flip these? Like if we give this go again now and give it +1, it doesn't do anything, right? Pretty sure. We're going to play both of these. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and pitch one. Have a Sonata Arcanix on top of the deck. That's true. It already had Go again, so that lined up pretty well. So Dagger off of pitching Bonds, and then we can Mask of Recurring Nightmares, and we can try to Siren's Call a card out of their hand. Should line up pretty well for us. Plus the levels like can draw us into a card if this hits. I mean, if Mistblade hits, that's going to be very, very impactful. So our next blue attack, it's +1 and Go again. So this automatically has +1 and Go again. So we're just going to pick a card. Ooh, and then we get to end on a CNC. We want to do this now. And then throw the CNC afterwards. I think doing this now is fine, right? There's 0 blues in hand, but the hand also doesn't block very effectively, so that's okay. And then ripping into the Command and Conquer is actually awesome here. Guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for being here today. I know LL is like weirdly hit or miss with a lot of the community, so they gave up a Static Shock. So they have double Sonata Arcanix, and they have a Swarming Gloomveil in hand. Go Chi to the bottom first, I guess. I can put an action card for my graveyard in the bottom of the deck. I want to resolve these first. Like, I need to play this and then play Preserve Tradition so that I can pitch one. And then we can try to set up a little bit here so that we can pitch a Chi. Because the Fate Foreseen is going to block very effectively. I think we want to do this here. Hey, Andrew, what's going on, buddy? Playing Jeremiah at tomorrow's ProQuest? Yo, let's go. I hope that works out well. What can New run in LL that makes her good? I mean, I think just her being a busted MST hero is pretty impactful, right? Like, I think that her ability to just be a broken MST hero is pretty good. I guess we'll put the levels back in the bottom of our deck. What do you guys think about putting the Command and Conquer on the bottom? And we can just block pretty aggressively this turn. Ooh, we should have put the Chi on the bottom, actually. Because we had 2 of them. I wasn't even thinking about that. They whiff on the first Sonata. And they hit a Lightning Surge on the second one. Yeah, I forgot we were going to get a Chi. We were going to get a Chi back in our hand there. I definitely should have put... the other Chi on the bottom of the deck. I think I'm okay just taking 3 here, right? And then seeing what they follow up with. They're going to do more after this, right? We'll just Fate Foreseen this. Actually, do I want to sink below the Chi here and put this on the bottom? Hey, Andrew, thanks, man. I appreciate that a bunch, buddy. Thank you. Actually, let's just sink below and put the Chi on the bottom, right? Thing into Censor is not that great. Ew. Wish we had Tunic up. I guess we'll just pass and Arsenal the Censor. I think I'm okay with that. All right, we're going to Arsenal the Fate Foreseen, I mean. I wish we had a Leave No Witness. We're going to Tunic. Means I want to Arsenal the Codex. So we can pitch the Bonds here to block some arcane damage, I think is. I'm a little disappointed that we're getting a Battle Harden next week, but it's LL. Even more disappointed that Blitz is on. given that we're really not balancing it. Card design it was coming. Wow, it just completely lost me there. Exception of Verdance being a little too good. Verdance is Verdance is very, very good in the format right now in CC. For sure. She's very, very impactful. Gonna give up the Fate for scene here. Can put surgical on the bottom. I think that's fine. New does get Bonds of Agony and LL. Do we want to sink the sensor and look for a blue? If we sink below and hit a blue, we can go this into Codex Command and Conquer, which is pretty good. Yeah, see, this is great. And they're going to very quickly just block with those like Grasp or something, which makes a lot of sense. I think they should. All right, here we go. I kind of miss playing new. I'm not going to lie. This is like we're only 4 turns into me playing new ever, but this has been quite fun. I'd really like to draw a Warmonger's Diplomacy so that we can reset this. Venomous Bite seems fine. Hey. Ay, 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 ay. Maybe we're not supposed to personal that. Sounds terrible. Oh, I mean, yeah. The confidence in bully tactics would have been insane in Blitz. I agree. Like Lyeth or RKO probably would have gone pretty fast, right? Probably going to follow up with a Duskblade, where we're going to have to take some damage here. Okay, so they have to play a non-attack and attack to keep it together. We need to find a Warmonger's Diplomacy to reset this. Now that we have all 3, we could use Warmonger's Diplomacy pretty aggressively here to try and reset these. I hate pitching our last Codex. We blocked with Codex on turn 0. Pitched one and now we played one. So this is our last Codex for the game. We will 110% be taking this arcane damage. We will be blocking out this Plunder, Run, Burn Up, and Shock at all costs. Gonna be for what? 8? So we're gonna block Hiss, Rousing Wave, and we're gonna block Fate for Scene. We'll put this on the bottom. I didn't think it was possible. I actually think the deck's okay, right? Like, I don't think the deck's that bad, to be honest. I think blocking 6 is correct. We do not want to lose to a Burn Up and Shock. Now, Plunder Run doesn't get any value here, but I don't want to get blown out by a Burn Up and Shock there. They find a Skizzik. Take 1 Arcane, that's fine. Doing a good job of keeping our life total up. We're just behind. We're going to bottom a Tarantula Toxin here with this Inkflow. This Venomous Bite in our arsenal is really, really hurting us. Although it could be even more impactful this turn. Oh my gosh, another red? What is happening? Like a billion blues deck, dog. Let's block 6. Warmongers diplomacy. Where are you? Please. Anytime now. Please. This is Annabelle's list, and she's on 2 copies of T-Tox. Because you do play some stealth cards, right? And I guess it's kind of like a more versatile shred is the idea. Oh, the prognosis. We could have kept the blue on top. Yeah, so that we could play the arsenal. LL Lyeth would have been crazy with CYB and Talk a Big game. I mean, yeah, it would have been very, very powerful. I actually think that like Lyeth was designed. I believe that Lyeth was designed with CYB in mind. So I think there was a real potential that it was going to be a problem. Oh, does this I sound worse or better now? I'm quieter again? Oh, what is going on? Go down on the computer. See if that works. I mean, I'm definitely louder now. I'm gonna come through from the side. I don't know. Well, sorry guys. I know we're having audio issues. Well, I want to Venomous fight this. I think so, right? I'd like to just get this out of my arsenal, I think is the idea. I don't know. Maybe that's incorrect of me. We get 2 silver out of the deal. Does silver actually do anything for us? Silver actually do anything for us? Yo, why? What's going on, dude? No witnesses plus tunic for the arsenal is fine. Yeah, it felt like that was like the route that I had to go. Pick me up over here now. Pick me up over here. I've definitely changed the settings to fix something. What do they pick? So this is going to come in for what? 6? So we're going to block like this. You know, what's funny is there's 3 copies of Warmonger's Diplomacy in our deck. Ooh, we can set up a... See how much this is coming in for. 7? Jeez. So if we take 7, we throw Surgical Extraction. And we have the ability to, like, force some disruption out of their hand, I think. Setting up a levels of Enlightenment and Arsenal now that we have, like, silver, like you were talking about, feels pretty good. I like that idea a lot. Taking 7 is pretty scary. Looking across at a Duskblade that has 5 counters on it.
I'm in danger.
Also a world where if they don't block this adequately, we can use a Rousing Wave to like be able to go over the top or something. Yo, what's up, Simon? Leaks, what's going on, buddy? Better in second cycle when you can guarantee you have a blue on top. That's fair. Yeah, Andrew, I've added a soundboard and I've become dangerously obnoxious now that I have a soundboard. Nope. Okay. If they're willing to give up Purgatory right there for that, I think I'm okay with that. Oh, hey, a Warmonger's Diplomacy. Put a levels back on the bottom of our deck. Let's pitch the Warmonger's Diplomacy for second cycle. We're going to need to be able to slow them down as much as we can. Dude, Simon, I love your use of the soundboard, dog. Like, you do the soundboard better than anyone. Go Gambit. Oh, I love that. Yo, let's go, Simon, with 2 months of tier 1. Yo, Simon, thank you, dog. I appreciate that, man. Means a lot. Thank you so much. My man said much wow. I also love your you got your dog going on. Yeah, we'll give this to them. I also turned down the sub notification. Somebody commented on one of my videos and said it was hurting their ears. So I wanted to turn it down just a little bit in hopes that it might make it a little bit better. We are now down on life. We are also down on cards. We're going to play Warmongers and we're going to force them to reset the Duskblade. I'm going to choose War, I think. We have a much better chance of being able to play offense. But we can arsenal this Warmonger's Diplomacy. They're just using peace this time around. So, okay. So what if we pitch Passover and then we play Double Trouble? So we can pitch Passover to Beckoning Mistblade, play Double Trouble, and then we get to Homage and try to take some cards out of their deck. And then we can arsenal the Warmonger's Diplomacy. We pitched a Warmonger's Diplomacy last turn or 2 turns ago, so we have a while for the next. And Duskblade. I was definitely smoking too much when they made Duskblade. Yo, Leroy, I cannot agree with you enough on that one. Cannot agree with you enough on that one. Do we want to give up the arm piece here? Yeah, they're on a very interesting build. They're on a very, very interesting build of the deck. We're going to go ahead and take a card out of their hand. And then I guess, like, is it worth giving up a Rousing Wave to be able to, like, get multiple cards out of their deck? Honestly, I don't know. So we're going to do it. I mean, getting a Burn Up and Shock out of their deck is pretty solid. We're going to close the combat chain. We are sure we'd like to close the combat chain. We're going to Arsenal Warmonger's Diplomacy, and we're just going to plan on setting up to block a little bit. Bonds? I think there's really a world where we can bonds. I guess keeping Persuasive Prognosis is the way to go about this. Okay, so I should have saved my arms, confirmed. I was worried that I should have. It's crazy how good Warmonger's Diplomacy is against this deck. Go ahead and block and cover this up. Unfortunately, they do get to draw a card here. Hey, Ruka, what's up, buddy? Are you playing HOH? What is HOH? Take 3? I think I'm okay with that. I think we're just going to use this to buy another term of like freedom here. I mean, we're at 10, so it's not like we're in the best spot in the world. But I think just like using Warmongers to buy another spot of freedom is pretty. Oh, Hunted or Hunted? Oh, Hunter or Hunted. The new defense reaction. I don't think we're on that card. I don't know if Annabelle's on it. I think it was on her maybe list, but I'm not sure. Do we block? I mean, there's no way for this to like. If I block Command and Conquer and Mask like this, I'm able to go Mistblade, Bonds, Undertow Stiletto, Justinic. I think this is the correct play. They have like a Lightning Press or something here. It's going to feel pretty bad, but I don't know that there's a lot of people playing Lightning Press right now. If you ever bring this to our LL testing, you're out of the group. I mean, sometimes it's just a risk you have to take, Taylor. I mean, the other two decks that I'm testing are Zen and Starvo. Like, I don't feel like any of those decks are fun to play against. Drawing Bonds and Justinic together is actually kind of insane. Just juice. Arms are also obnoxious with in the late game. Yeah, I think I like the extra 2 cards were kind of nice, but I think I should have saved that. Do you off Aurora for LL then? I mean, unless something really, really cool happens with Aurora where like she seems like she's just absurd, then yeah, I think I'm off Aurora for the time being, unfortunately. What does this sound like? You guys am I still coming through clearly here? Like if I come off to the side, can y'all is it still like coming through? I like do this to read chat. Want me to time Taylor out? Is he being too mean? LOL. Yes. Time Taylor out. I mean, this is 9, so sure, we just let this happen, right? Banish all these cards. And then we're just going to Arsenal Justinic and look to find like a blue that it works with. Dagger, pitching Bonds of Attraction. No, we should Dagger, pitching Art of Desire Body. This is a take 2 kind of hand, right? Because we get to pitch this for Dagger, attack for 1 and or 2, Justinic, and then we can leave no witnesses. We can also give it go again if we have to. I think we're supposed to take 2 here. I think this lines up pretty well. Boomer Chain feels powerful. I think Chain is probably just the best deck in the format, right? Like Chain is probably just de facto best deck. Like if so, why is Art of Desire Mind better, right? Because we have to hit a blue, right? Like we have to hit a blue off the top, and there's not that many in their deck. This guarantees us a life gain, right? So I feel like Bonds of Attraction is just better here, right? I mean, I don't know. I'm open to being wrong. Let's do both. Yeah, we'll do Justinic first. Seems fine. Justinic hits an Earthfloor Surge. Bonds of Attraction hits a red. We're gonna banish. We're gonna banish another Snatch because I don't want them to be able to get that back. And then we're gonna go to 9 off of this. And then we're gonna throw Leave No Witness. Wow. God, this deck is so toxic, dog. Yeah, Art of Desire was the high roll, right? And I mean, to be fair, we did get a blue like Chris was talking about, but I don't know. So I guess we would have drawn a card and gained a life there. Oh. Sorry, opponent. I clicked too fast. It's weird to me that you have to click Leave No Witnesses. I guess technically because they could have 2 Arsenal slots and it makes you pick a card. I mean, we can block with a Fate Foreseen. What is this going to come in for 5? We just giving up Tunic here? Cover this up effectively. kind of hate that that's the play, but I think it is. Bottom Bonds of Attraction, I guess. As toxic as my ex-girlfriend, LOL. That's wild. That's crazy work. Crazy work. We block with Siren's Call. We have some pretty good cards we can play, right? Like, I think just staying at 9 is fine. And we're just going to start our turn by activating new. I don't know. This seems pretty broken. Like maybe playing the Siren's Call was correct, but I don't know that. Yes. Wow. So we're gonna play both sides of Regrowth and Shock. Wait, what? I don't understand. And now I can return something? This is actually insane. I don't think Verdance is autopilot, by the way. I don't think Verdance is autopilot. Are we just getting another Leave No Witnesses to Arsenal? Or are we looking for a Bonds? I think we're gonna get Double Trouble, right? Force of Nature. Just your next attack action card, right? Yeah, this is insane. We just get to play all of these cards? It's crazy to me that we just get to play all of this. And then this threatens so much. Double Trouble for 8. Plus we just get to give a go again. And then this comes over the top and we win? Wow, okay. I feel like I played this game not very optimally because that was my first game ever playing new. And that just, I don't know. That kind of felt pretty good. We also had Leave No Witnesses to follow that up. Yeah, that felt pretty good. Oh, we also had a really good hand lined up for next. So pitch a chi to activate the hero ability. Pitch a chi to Levels of Enlightenment. Go again, draw card. Into Command and Conquer, Arsenal, Surgical Extraction. Yeah, we had a pretty good stack setup. That was not intentional, but it worked out very well that we had a good stack. Testing by hero. Our first game against playing new, we did win as Briar against Briar. Top was on Duskblade, Warmonger, Overtime, Perk. Able to get cards, get key cards out of hand with Bonds of Agony. Destiny. Corruption plus Corruption. Our the Disruption took off. I feel like is a way to like describe that. I feel like because it did. It took them off balance a little bit early on in the game, and we were just like able to like play that out pretty well, like, the longer the game went on there. I don't know. That felt pretty good. Let's see. I gotta fix one of my I gotta change a couple of things here. I have, like, some quick buttons that I use to, like, mute things and stuff like that, and from where I changed them around, they were not working. So, alright, there we go. There's new a way you're playing this today? Yes, there is, Wally. There is, Wally. What was the Briar you just played? The double mongers made me so sad. Yeah, the warmongers felt very, very good there, Chaos. They felt very, very good. Like I wrote in my notes that like that warmongers put in work during that game. By the way, GG's, buddy. I enjoyed our game. Yeah, New can do some pretty crazy stuff. Honestly, when I'm playing Verdance in his autopilot, that's so I don't know if there was any Justinix left in the deck. I think we're on 3 Justinix, right? Yeah, we're on all 3 Justinix. On all 3 Justinix. Like that game started out very slowly, and I feel like we weren't finding what we were looking for early on. But as we continued, it seemed to be like Warmongers just shuts down Duskblade so hard. Yeah, absolutely. Like being able to just like take a break from the Duskblade, they got 7 counters there was very, very impactful. It's worth noting that in a world where Warmongers is restricted in LL, we probably lose that game. Ooh, be fun. I have no idea how to play against Icelander. Let's look at the guide that NML made for us. Icelander. We are on this. We're on this. Oh no, we're not on Widowville Respirator. We are on the. We're not on the headpiece, but we are on the arm piece. It's hard. Let's tell our opponent that we're thinking. Let's see. We're not on Blanche. We're not on. We are on Censor. We are on Erase Face. We're not on Paper Scenes. We're on every blue. We're not on Pain in the Backside. We are not on Think Below. We are on Siren's Call. Okay. And Annabelle has a very, very well thought out sideboard plan. Every one of these decks. Thank God. Because God knows I would not be able to play into this stuff otherwise. There we go. Weird. Yeah, Siren's Call feels really good. Are we just supposed to take one and keep Bonds just a nick? I mean, Bonds just a nick feels like a pretty good way to start. Feels like a pretty good way to start this game. Yikes. I mean, I still think we just play it. Unless it's channel. Still do some pretty cool stuff here. Yeah, I'll take one. Ooh, I do not want to blow that up. We're gonna leave that on so I don't forget though. So we're going to play just a nick and pitch the hiss. And we're just gonna do both modes here and just try to get an extra card out of their deck. I assumed we would draw a blue cards. Yeah, it seems fine. We're just going to clear our hand out here, and we're going to Arsenal the Censor. I think Censor has a chance of being pretty solid here. We start with Dagger. Command and Conquer seems like it could be okay, but probably not the best. We're going to start by over pitching to come in with Dagger, and we're going to see how they play this out. You always have to be a little careful of how Icelander plays. They're just willing to take one here. Well, that's the case. I'm just going to throw CNC. I mean, they may have a blue they can play, but like we at least force the option a little bit here. If they have like a red in their arsenal, then we're in a pretty good spot by just forcing them to block with cards. I kind of hate that we're just keeping a Venomous Bite in our hand, but Wounded Bull just comes in for 8. Block Venomous Bite and Censor. Throw a Race Face and pass. Also, we could try to go like Dagger into Censor. Could be pretty good. Kind of like guessing in the dark a little bit, though, I feel like. And I guess let's lead on Dagger and see what they do. They didn't play anything last turn, so getting the sense they don't have a lot going on. See if they respond to me using Tunic. They do not. Okay. Weird game so far. Just like chilling on. Get it? Chilling on. All right. Oh, is it a sink below? Ah, it's a defense reaction. Makes sense. Makes sense. Unfortunately, we cannot pull the Michael Hamilton special where we just do nothing and force them to like let the sink below sit. Fortunately, it does not work that way. Okay. I guess we'll just go ahead and pay 1. Then we'll pay 2 to avoid discarding. What do they fuse with? Cold Snap? Okay. We're going to play Cold Snap. They're going to pitch for Cold Snap. Okay. Do I need to pay 1 for this? Or are we better off to... Frostbite does make this a little weird. Because can't throw this. Can't throw my arsenal if I don't pay. And if I want to throw my arsenal, I have to pitch both my cards. I guess we just won't pay. And we'll just throw the Leave No Witnesses here. Seems fine. They're willing to let a card come off the top of their deck. I think that's okay with us. And we'll just AB 1. I think that's fine. Take 2, go to 30. I don't know. I feel like our hands have been really weird. Hey, what's up, Annabelle? We won our first game. We beat a Briar. I feel like I'm not playing very, very well right now, being honest. This game. I also just mostly know how to play aggro decks into Icelanders, so this is a little bit of a different pace playing like a mid-rangey deck. Because you know Icelander is a very, very impactful game against like late game decks, so they're gonna let the... I mean, I'm pretty content with just taking cards off the top of their deck, right? Feels pretty good to me. Michael, what's going on, buddy? Like, generating a lot of go again. Is that like common for the deck? Like, do we not generate go again? What did they fuse with? Ice Bolt? and then we'll pay into race face. I feel like not having a lot of go again and new is probably fine. Like this is not understanding Yep. more than anything is probably what's going on. Like, are we trying to fatigue them here? Is that the objective of this game? To fatigue them? Like if it is, we should have like taken out the headpiece, right? Like we should be on like AB3 if we were trying to fatigue them. Like we're already down to 26. And Icelander, if they want to, has a very, very impactful late game. Good top 8, but a couple of dumb mistakes went on the way. Bummed, but trying to stay positive for tomorrow. Michael, I'm sorry it didn't go your way today, buddy. Listen, man, I know it's tough, and I know it's probably not what you want to hear, but dude, keep your head up. You'll get there tomorrow, man. Head up and try to learn from your mistakes. Sure, you got this, my dude. You got this. Hey, Kit, what's going on, buddy? How are you? Red Last Ether Ice Vein coming out of the deck is awesome. To try and arsenal the codex of frailty. So we could pay with the T-Tox here. Pay with the T-Tox. I don't know. This was very favored with CYB, but I don't know without. That's fair. That's fair. I get that. Been going to any pro quests? And I have to tell you, I have not been to a single pro quest this season, and I feel like I'm like getting the shakes. Like I haven't been to a single pro quest yet, and it's honestly driving me crazy. Like don't get me wrong, I got to go to that really cool like fall festival event, last I got to go to the really cool fall festival event, last weekend, which like I do not regret in any capacity. But I really, really would have liked to have like, been able to play in a pro quest. Like that would have been great. And then I think we're gonna take 2 and try to play the sensor here. I'm sorry, take 3 and play the sensor. This is 2 going into sensor. I think pitching the T-Tox was fine because we wanted more resources in our hand. Because we were able to like pay into like things like this. Okay. I mean, getting that out of the way is honestly kind of okay with me. We're gonna break the combat chain. We're gonna break the combat chain. And we're gonna throw sensor. And we've seen 2 wounded bulls and a fighting spirit, and all of the red ether ice veins are gone. So I'm just gonna name fighting spirit. Wouldn't mind the new list overall. I would wrong. Haven't expected me and managed to bring Verdance, my worst matchup, to 1, which doesn't happen often. What were you playing, Michael? Were you playing Slippy? Fiendul's fighting spirit. Headed to the finals, but died to a high rolling Dio. Dude, I'm sorry that you died in the finals to a high rolling Dio. I know that's frustrating. I know that is frustrating. You just throw Command and Conquer and then play the Siren's Call? I mean, go again doesn't really matter. And I really like the idea of arsenaling this Leave No Witnesses. I think potentially getting 3 cards out of hand is insane. match is favored for you? I honestly have no idea, Zero. Like, I'm gonna 110% level with you. I do not know. I truly do not know what this matchup looks like. This is the first time I've played this matchup. Okay. Yo, we could like juice him and give this. No, we couldn't give this go again, right? Oh yeah, because of the hypothermia. Forest no leave no witness. All right, see, like this triple blue hand. This is exactly what we're looking. I like this hand a lot. This hand feels very, very good. If they hypothermia at instant speed, that'll feel bad. But yo, Postman, what's going on, buddy? And then we're gonna go Art of Desire Mind here. We could throw the surgical. Worth noting, we could throw the surgical. I think I like the Art of Desire Mind here better because it's blue. I'm curious to know if we can fatigue them with the way they've sideboarded. Like, we already have an Ice Eternal out of their deck. I guess we'll hang on to this, right? No reason to play this here. Guess we might as well. It's a defense reaction in their arsenal. Yeah. Great about that. Banish all of those cards. Oh, we do draw blue. We just get to throw surgical anyway? Awesome. Oh, this is awesome.
You love to see it.
Metal Ferno 09. Thank you so much for the sub on YouTube. That you being here and hanging out means a lot. Thank you. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody when they're here for the first time. And they are, what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourselves. I would love to get to know more about you guys. Guess we'll pay with surgery. Fine. I like to be able to like play grain that tips the scale here. The grain that tips the scale. Ew. Gross. All faces just. So we'd have to pay 2. Think for a second here. So if we use Tunic and use that to play Leave No Witnesses, and then we would play this Pitching Sensor, or we're also going to Waning Moon us. Right? What if we give this +1 and then pitch this to Waning Moon to AB2 and then throw Leave No Witness? Okay, we haven't played a blue card yet. We have not played a blue card. This does not work. Never mind. I'm a bag nun. Ignore me. I'm trying to do things that don't matter. We're just going to let this happen, and then we'll probably just throw the sensor after this, I guess. Not really a point in throwing the Leave No Witnesses. Hey. T-Tox. Yeah, there's 2 copies of T-Tox in the deck. 2 copies of T-Tox in the deck, Michael, because it's like a better shred, I think is kind of the idea behind it. My loss is that my friend teammate won and I get some Pleiades goodies from my reward. Hey, let's go, Kit. That's awesome. I'm glad that get a friend win. That's really cool. I was like, having a buddy win the event always makes it feel better. At least it does to me anyway. I don't know about everybody else, but it does for me. Well, actually, we're gonna throw the Leave No Witnesses in all this. I would have had to have used Tunic beforehand to throw some. Which is fine. Like, again, if they're willing to just let cards keep coming off the top of their deck, I think I'm okay with this. They even have Frost Hex in their deck. Ooh, What they fuse with? So we prevent one, and then we can arsenal the codex. We're gonna pitch the levels, and then we will pay 2. Yeah, they're gonna keep their channel around, which is pretty obnoxious. We're just gonna pitch this, be able to stop this, and then we're gonna AB2 and we're gonna arsenal codex of frailty this turn. Going to chill off. Are we streaming tomorrow? I will not be live tomorrow. I'm Carly and I have friends with some of our plans tomorrow. We're celebrating one of our friends' birthday, so no, I will not. I will not be live tomorrow. Michael, I hope you enjoy your day and I hope you do well at your pro quest tomorrow. I appreciate you coming by and hanging out. Really, they're not going to play this here. I was kind of expecting the cold snap here just for value, and I'm still willing to arsenal the codex of frailty. Fine. Pitch a hiss. I think they're trying to get 2 ice cards. Yep, so they can channel around. All right, so if I pitch this, I actually have a pretty good play here, right? We have to take 2 to do this, but I get to go dagger. Now we're just supposed to block 2 here, right? Like we're just supposed to block 2 and just pass. Like if they want to keep channel around and like try to disrupt, that's fine. I think I'm okay just passing here, right? We have no reason to codex. Like the channel and the frostbite could like ruin our plans here if they have like something else very impactful. So I guess we'll just pass. Sounds weird, but okay. I mean, that sucks. They kind of get waning moon value for free. So us passing was actually terrible because we could have codexed into something here this way at least. Poly, it's actually, I mean, we've only played 1 game so far, but it's not been bad, right? I mean, we won our game against Briar. This game is not looking great for us so far. But I mean, we won our game against Briar, the first one we played. Do we want to throw Command and Conquer? I'd like to be able to play the Siren's Call, right? So I think we're gonna block like this. Gonna be the plan, just so we can get some like physical value out of this. Being more versatile. Yeah. So Ruka, like, great question. You're able to use the T-Tox as a shred or as a buff on one of your daggers, and I think that makes it just a little bit better. I think that's the idea behind why Annabelle's playing it. It seems to line up very well. If they give us a frostbite, we will activate Tunic in response. It's all about what they put into play. Well, now we can't do anything because, I mean, this is going to be what, 4 straight turns of channel in play. So we get a frostbite. We could codex into leave no witnesses here, actually, right? We have to Tunic now to do it. Cannot T-Tox leave no witnesses. That is true. Why? Does this work at all, actually? If I Tunic in response here, I have to spend 2 to play codex, and then I don't have anything to get back. So we're better off to just let this happen and just AB. Man, that sucks. I was really hoping to get some value there. I don't think keeping 2 blues was correct though either. Like I think we were supposed to play to the out of having something impactful to do turn. Like taking a card out of their hand, the Siren's Call would have been very good. That's only their second channel, right? I'm pretty sure the third one's still in the deck. Yeah. We are going to break the combat chain. Just kind of waiting for a turn to be able to play Codex and make something happen here. We do have a lot of pitch tag blues coming back around like this. So this lines up pretty well. We are going to pay 2. I'll just go ahead and pitch the surgical, I think is fine. And we'll go down to 11. There are some things you cannot detox, which is very true. So that's something to be aware of for sure. Supposed to try and hit them with their prognosis. Waiting to do this, and I think that's correct. Persuasive costs 1. If this hits, persuasive costs 1. Codex costs 1. Yeah, we're in a pretty good spot if this hits, I think. We have to decide how much damage we're willing to take. But this lines up pretty well. Having quad blue second cycle is pretty sweet. I don't even know if we're actually back to second cycle yet or not, but I mean, sure, I guess this is fine. This is better than not playing Codex. I think this is fine. Like, just paying for this is okay. We could Codex and it would be, like, kind of, like, pretty impactful here, but their ability to keep channel in play for, like, a billion turns is pretty obnoxious. How are we pitching here? Like, they've done a very good job of keeping channel around, like, 2 counters. Don't get me wrong, is like, not super impossible to do, but I feel like they've done it twice on 2 channels, which is not the easiest thing in the world to do. They have no arsenal. This costs 1, this costs 1, this costs 1. So we'd be left with the Slither in hand if we wanted to make this play. But this could potentially be very impactful. Or are we better off to try and throw the dagger? And having to discard this is going to feel pretty bad. Supposed to bonds here. So bonds cost 1, pitching this. This costs 1, activating this leaves us with Slither. God, the channel has just caused so many problems. I think we're just supposed to do this. And then we're going to Codex into Leave No Witnesses. We're going to break the combat chain. We're going to pitch this. We are going to have to get Leave No Witnesses. I cannot get the Command and Conquer here, unfortunately. We're going to discard just a Nick. Making them give up a card feels pretty good. Because they're going to have to discard a card and get an attack back, which I don't know. I feel like I've played this game pretty poorly, and it still feels like it's pretty. What, 1 Burn Bear left in their deck? We discard just a Nick. They get a Fighting Spirit back and discard a Frostex. This is a 2-card block unless they have the last Sink Below in their hand, or all of them gone. Okay, so this is a 2-card block. And I guess they could give Tunic if they wanted. I don't know what they want to undo here. They're just going to let this happen. Okay. So we get... I hate when I do that. I hate that you have to click it. It's so weird. With Channel in play, the Tunic doesn't work, unfortunately, Bruno. It doesn't work the way we want it to, unfortunately. I wish it worked the way that you're thinking it does, but unfortunately it does not. Guess we'll just pitch the pass over here. If they also Waning Moon, we're going to pitch the Hiss, which is fine with me. I'm okay with that. Okay. This is going to be a little greedy here, but the Stir the Pot allows us to pretty much have a blue whenever I would like to. Activate Tunic, you have to pitch Nick. So activate Tunic, pitching Nick, and then have one floating. And then when we play the Codex, we still have the one floating from the Tunic, right? So it doesn't work either way. So if we activate Tunic before we play Codex, pitch just a Nick. Then we gain a resource. Then when we play Codex, we have to discard the blue. I don't think there was a way. I don't think there was a way we could do that. Yeah, I'll AB2 this. It's fine. Go down to 7. Like, maybe... I don't know. I'm not seeing it. I'm honestly not seeing it. I guess let's take the Brain Freeze. We draw into our blue, which is pretty good. They have a Fighting Spirit and a Brain Freeze. Are we willing to give this go again? I think we are, right? Yeah, this is pretty good. And then we can give this go again and then throw this. Banish that and draw a card. Ooh, actually... we can Codex here. Codex is actually insane, right? Codex is actually insane. They have a blue Arctic Incarceration and a Fendel's Fighting Spirit in hand. We break the combat chain. The Codex. Yeah, this is... free floating is like, they do make really, really good content. They make amazing content. I completely agree with you. Dude, that draw was crazy. Both of those draws were actually insane. We're gonna block 1 and take 2, go to 6. And then it's another Leave No Witnesses. They have to get back in attack, which they only have red attacks. And then we're gonna banish it. We're gonna get another silver. We're going to get a top card of their deck. And we're gonna get their arsenal, which is another Frostex. Bonds of Attraction is actually a perfectly fine arsenal, in my opinion. Especially with a hand like this, I think. think we're just supposed to play this, right? I don't think it's possible for them to kill us. As long as we play T-Tox and Hiss. If we leave AB2 in hand, the most they can do is 9. And I guess the go again doesn't really matter that much. But we also get to shred this. So they take 4. We banish an Ice Eternal. And, I mean, does it matter what we banish? Actually matter? I don't think it does. We're just going to get a Frost Hex, go back up to 7. And then we'll banish the blue. That puts us back up to 8. And then I'm going to Arsenal the Hiss here. Action card. Ugh. I think we're just gonna pitch the codex, right? Pitching the codex is. Why'd you not play the other hiss? I think I was worried about dying at instant speed. Like I didn't want to give up resources in case they had like a 3 for, like in case they had the burn bear, because right there they could have had 2 blues and went Storm Striders that into Waning Moon, and if we play the other hiss, we die to that. It's exactly 1 short, right? Now that we're at 8, we can be a lot more aggressive. I was trying not to die was the objective there. Oh, what's happening here? Okay. So we're gonna overpitch. Amulet of Ice does nothing, dog. I have no cards in hand. I'm just gonna say no here because we have no cards in hand. AB2, take 1. So this is 6. I think we're dead. Have to take this. Burn Bear actually feels really good in Icelander. I can't remember what this does. If it was fused, which I'm pretty sure it was, deal arcane damage to that hero equal to the number of frostbites they control. So we're gonna give this up to go to 2, and then it's gonna be 2 frostbites, and we're gonna die exactly. Wow, well played, opponent. Well played in the end game. I'm not gonna lie, that kind of felt like our game to lose there down the stretch. Like I felt like we were in a really, really good spot. Yeah, see, that was their last. That was it. That was their last points of damage to like really cross the finish line. And I feel like we had that one. I actually felt like we had that game. What could I have done differently down the stretch? Like that turn. What was my hand? It was I pitched Codex. I had a Race Face, Warmongers, and the Bonds of Agony. I mean, am I supposed to start with attacking with a dagger? Pitching a Warmongers? And then we keep bonds in hand. And then when they go for their play, if I pitch a race face, I still have a card in hand. So I would have had to have pitched to I would have discarded to the ice, or I'm sorry, I would have discarded to the Insidious Chill, the red, and then I would have pitched two, and I still would have had two floating. So I would have ended up in the exact same situation I ended up in if I had. There was no way around it. I had to have all blues left. Was the only way I could win that game. Because if I have all blues in hand, I'm able to pay two. I would have attacked with bonds. I would have paid two, and then had two floating. No, even all blues. I would have had to have started with a blue and had two. I would have had to have started with dagger. I don't think with three blues and bonds in hand, I don't think I'm ever starting with dagger. But if I start with dagger, I would have been able to pitch a blue, start with dagger, two blues in hand, pay for the Insidious Chill, have two floating, pay for the Amulet of Ice, have two floating, and then have AB3. I would be at one with AB1. I would have died to the Ice Bolt. I would have been at one and had AB1. If we had played the Hiss 2 turns earlier, I would have won the game. I was playing around not dying, but I would have won the game if I would have went for it. So I think this is actually a great example of play to win the game instead of playing to not lose. Yeah, that's tough. Lost the game. See, had a turn where I could have played double Hiss to kill my opponent or force 4 cards out of hand. Would have won me the game, I think. Started game off slow, able. All right. Interesting matchup. I know that Annabelle just mentioned in the chat that maybe we could try Sigil of Solace. I don't hate the idea of Sigil of Solace to be. I hate that idea. I don't dagger much unless I'm flush on resources. They don't have an arsenal. I approached this matchup with AB3 and aim to fatigue. I mean, I'm not going to lie. Aiming to fatigue there might not have been a bad call. Like, that might have been the answer that we were looking for. That, like, if I'd been on AB3 that game, we might have been able to fatigue and actually, like, close the game out there. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. Interesting. Guys, thanks for hanging out today. Thanks for being here. I appreciate y'all chilling while we're trying to play some Living Legend and practice up a little bit. Don't forget, if you haven't seen it out yet, make sure you hit exclamation point gsc10k in the chat. You can also see it in the very bottom right-hand corner of my screen just under the Codex Journals logo. The gsc10k is a Green Tree Sports Card 10k happening November the 1st. And there's a Living Legend 2.5k on November the 2nd in the Pittsburgh area. Green Tree Cards is putting that on. It's going to be a really cool event. If you've already won a ProQuest, can't play any more ProQuest, you might as well go check it out, right? So make sure you use that command in the chat for more info. Let's see how we board for Alexi. Let's see. We're going to tell him that we're thinking to bear with us here. I assume we want all of these. Do we want Scale Peeler? No. We do not. We don't care about Blanche. We want to be on 2 sensors, no erase faces, fate foreseen, no pain in the backside. Be on Sacred Art. We are not on Sacred Art. We're also not on Preserved Tradition. We're on Sink Belows. We're on Siren's Calls. We're on Stirs. We're on everything else. No Preserved Tradition. Okay. And we are going first. All right, let's go ahead and mark this down here so we'll have it. We are playing against Lexi. We are going mean, this hand seems pretty good. I think we're supposed to lead on Dagger, and then we can play Siren's Call to try and draw a card. And if nothing else, like, we could, like, end on some weird Codex hand if we wanted to. The Codex play? I think you could have thrown CNC. Oh, sorry. I missed that. Pitch Bonds for Codex and had 2 floating. Should have pitched just a Nick for Codex, hold priority, activate Tunic, pitching Bonds. Okay, so if I pitch just a Nick for Codex, hold priority, activate Tunic. Ooh, okay. Yeah, you're right, Bruno. That would have worked. You are very much correct. Good call. That would have been great. That would have been great. Let me see your hand. Hopefully they have 2 blues here, and we get to, like, rip their hand apart a little bit here. Would be nice. If we can prevent them from, like, doing a bunch of Voltaire nonsense, that would be awesome. They load a Frostlock in, and now they have a Rain Razors. See, okay, now see, this is perfect. This is like the perfect ending to this turn because now we're just going to get to throw Leave No Witnesses, and now they have nothing. They have a Rain Razors in hand. Deal. Much better. Much, 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 much better for us. Arsenal, get a Remorseless off the top. We're going to Arsenal Codex. This feels like a very, very good start to this game for us. Blue Shot's a neat addition to this deck. It makes a lot of sense. This hand seems great. We get to... Yeah, this hand seems great. We can block with Fate Foreseen and do the whole thing, right? Because... if we block Fate Foreseen, our turn is play Bonds of Agony, play Stir the Pot, Path Well Traveled. Yeah, we get to do the whole thing here. I'm pretty... Assassin versus Ranger is quite favored. Okay, well, that's good to know. Because I'm going to be honest, I did not know that. Also, Bonds of Agony into, like, Codex of Frailty for Leave No Witnesses seems disgusting. Disgusting. Siren's Call is stupid. I've always been on the other side of that card, and I gotta tell you, it's a lot of fun to play it instead of having it played against you. New at Worlds confirmed? Kidding, we have no idea. Yeah, we'll Arsenal that. That's a good Arsenal. Fine with that. We're gonna block with the arm piece as well. I'm gonna block on the second attack since they get 2 arrows here in an Arsenal. No. It's fine. We do have to keep both of our blues, though. Like, we have to keep everything here. We can't start with Dagger. We can throw Dagger after Bonds, but not before. Path Well Traveled is just absurd. Like, it just feels so good to, like, have Path Well Traveled. It just feels so clean. Hello? All right, is this better now? Dude, that was so much worse. There was some audio issues when I started the stream, and I've been trying to, like, kind of, like, mess with them while we're live. I think I'm in a normal audio range right now, so I'm just gonna leave it alone until the end of the stream, and then I'm gonna mess with it afterwards. Sorry if the audio is weird. I know that I keep cutting out. Carly was telling me earlier. The crazy part is that if they block with 2 cards, they're good here. Like, blocking 5 actually works here, right? Because this is only 5. But we don't have to do this, right? Like, we're just going to play both of these. Or 5. So there's no point, right? Like, we're just supposed to do this. Get a card out of their hand. And the mask is insane. Sound fine? Okay, thank you, D. I appreciate it. Mask is broken. I've had an EA one sitting in my binder for a long time. Sounds like Worlds might be the place for it. Ah. Ah. We'll attack with a dagger here. We could activate new, I guess. I mean, maybe activating new is better. We can't throw Frostlock at them. I mean, I guess we could, but we should just wait, right? There's no reason. Isn't this just like joining the dark side? It's so funny that you say that because I literally named the deck the dark side. It's actually what I named the deck is the dark side because now I feel like I'm on like the worst side of history right now. I mean, this turn's still insane, right? Like we didn't get to like bonds to take anything, but like we still get to do it. We still get to do the whole thing this turn, which is insane. Also, guys, I haven't really got to talk about this yet, but if you are in the Discord, I have I've added roles. I know that there have been some people in the Discord who hate getting pinged all the time. Like damn it, I at everyone for some things, and I've been trying not to do that as much for stuff. And so I've added some roles to the Discord. So like now, like if you want to be updated about when Breakpoints goes live and things like that, or content updates, like Talisar tournament information. Like I've set up a few of those to try and make it easier, you guys. What happened? All right. So we're gonna go dagger, dagger, surgical extraction, tunic, venomous bite, into codex. This hand also seems insane. That's true. I did play Oldhim. I enjoyed Oldhim a lot. I enjoy Oldhim a lot. That is probably the most toxic deck I've ever played. I don't know. This Fatigue Jarl deck's pretty toxic. If I play Fatigue Jarl and new at Worlds, I think I might as well just show up like dressed as Darth Vader. Like I think that's just where we're at. Do these stack? Does this come in for 6 now? Wow, this does stack. This isn't. Plus, Venomous Bite works on this, right? If not, I'm going to feel real stupid. Yes. Yes. Assassin or Mystic. Oh, that means you can play it on that means you can play it on like levels of enlightenment too. That's pretty cool. Fatigue Blaze 96 incoming. I mean, listen, channel rebranding. Do some channel rebranding. Annabelle, are you still hanging out in the chat, Annabelle? Are you still here? If you are, what's this deck's worst matchup? Curious to know what New's worst matchup is. Yo, this is broken. You just get to come over the top. Ka-chow. Like this is probably better to take. It doesn't matter. And it literally doesn't matter. Like we're just going to codex another thing away from them. I don't want to let them set up the Icequake in Arsenal. We are not on Hunter or Hunted. So I was telling everybody earlier, this is Annabelle's deck. I don't really like. She just like handed me the list and told me to play it, so I am. But we are not on Hunted or Hunted. We are not. Pitch this for dagger. In Arsenal the T-Tox. Feels pretty good. We can arsenal the T-Tox here, or we can use it to come over the top. As a Kasai one trick, New was always an okay matchup, even before we got cool. That's fair, Robert. I get that. Hunter or Hunted is absolutely not worth it in New. Okay, I'll take your word for it, Aegis. I mean, I wouldn't tell you I know enough about this deck to like really tell you one way or another. I'm hoping I've learned a lot today playing the deck, and I'm enjoying playing the deck. So we're gonna go Rising Sun, Setting Moon. We're gonna put the hiss is 1, 2, 3. We can just put the hiss on the bottom, right? So if I put T-Tox on the bottom, I get to play hiss, play the thing, and then activate mask. This is just crazy, right? No, this is crazy talk. Tell him, Patrick. Tell him, Patrick. Love SpongeBob. And then we come over the top for 5. And we get to take a card out of their hand. Okay. They don't want to let me take channel. Oh, there's no more cards for me to take, but they're letting me look and see what they have. They're on a 1 of Art of War and a 1 of Remembrance. Okay. They're on 2 Codex of Blood Rot. My tournament highlight is joining my first RTN this January, putting 3 Centauri soldiers on the board with 30 left on turn 3, and just racing the opponent new down. Complete non-game. Dude, Robert, that's awesome. That's a really cool, like, you know, like welcome to the competitive Flesh and Blood scene, you know? That's pretty sweet. Pretty awesome. I don't think it's worth attacking here. I think I'd rather like let them have an arsenal or anything. Maybe that's wrong. I don't know. Dagger. If either one of them hits, we get to go Persuasive Prognosis into Censor. And we could just name like 3 of a kind, I guess. I don't really care if they do anything else. Let's just come in now. Blocking for 2 versus blocking for 3 is probably not the same thing. They could block with New Horizon if they wanted to. I guess. So we banished an Art of War. We gain. Oh, we gained 1 life from the Codex of Blood Rot. Okay. Hey, what's up, Baltimore? I am. I'm having a great Saturday. I hope you're having a great Saturday as well, buddy. It's been a good day so far. I'm learning a little bit of new in LL. I'm feeling a little toxic today. Pitch to quiver. Yeah, no, they definitely should have overpitched or done something there. Captain Morgan. I agree. They should have kept the rain razors in the deck. There was no reason not to. No reason not to there. So Dagger, pitch T-Tox for Dagger, Tunic, leave no witnesses for Command and Conquer, and just continue to like set up and apply pressure. I mean, this game feels so over. It's insane. Like I'm not trying to like insult our opponent. Like I feel like they're like trying their best right now. I just feel like we're so far ahead with what we're trying to accomplish. Like it just feels like a slam dunk of a matchup. New isn't toxic. She's a snake, so she's venomous. You know what? I like that even better. I'm feeling venomous today. Even better. New good in LL? We're trying to find out, Baltimore. We're trying to find out. This is one of my decks I'm testing for Worlds. So we're trying to currently figure out if the deck's actually good or not. Trying to find out if the deck's
Show me what you got.
Tell me what you got. I don't like this. They fuse it. No. So this is just 3 with no text. That's fine. Playing the Vapor Scene costs 1 more, right? Playing the Vapor Scene costs 1 more. Well, now it doesn't. Is that this chain link? This turn. So Frostlock's active the entire turn. Hmm. Weird turn. Weird turn. Fox first dagger instead of swing second. Oh, I guess that's true. They're so low we could have just forced lethal there, I guess. That makes a lot of sense. Take 7. I think this is fine. We're gonna go surgical extraction, play Siren's Call, use Vapor Scene to give it go again, and then or whatever we draw, and then we'll end on leave no witnesses. So we'll be able to rip multiple cards here, hopefully. I'm actually not going to Battle Hardened Houston next weekend. I wish I was, but I'm not going. The next big event that I'm going to is Worlds. I have a Pro Quest next weekend I'm going to. There's a few Pro Quests I'm hitting over the next few weeks. We have 4 on the agenda right now. We have 4 Pro Quests on the agenda right now. Curious to see how our opponent wants to block this. I mean, they're at 3. This is probably where, like, if, I was, like, playing on Talishar, I would probably concede here. This game's probably over, so I'm not really interested in, like, seeing what happens the rest of the way. Let's go ahead and Siren's Call. See what we can take here. And then Leave No Witnesses is only for 3, so technically it won't end the game, but... Ooh, Blizzard? Okay, that's fine. Have an Endless Arrow? I mean, it's unfortunate that we couldn't, like, try to get more aggressive here, but that's fine. We're still taking 3 cards out of their hand. Ew, hand's awkward. Yikes. Hand's actually not that bad, right? Ooh, okay, opponent. So let's see. This is coming in for 8. I'm kind of thinking that we should block with Justinic, Hiss, and the headpiece, and then pitch Command and Conquer for Leave No Witnesses, Arsenal, Favor Scene. I think that's fine. And if they block poorly enough, we can attempt to kill them. Well, no, the Arousing Wave's only if you hit a blue, right? Oh, no, that's the Venomous Bite ones, stuff like that. Yeah, I think this is fine. Like, this is fine. Is the fact that you're struggling to join 1PQ, is that like a lack of like pro quests in your area, Robert, that you're like running into? Or like, what feels like the issue there for you? We're gonna somersault back. Okay. Ooh, playing somersault now, Lil. I like that. That's a nice boulder. This is 5 go again, and then they have 1 more arrow after this. Are we supposed to just take 5? Probably, right? Save this for something more impactful. I mean, 3 of a kind's a pretty good impact. I could have quite a few things here. If we have to, we'll block Siren's Call and the Favor Scene. I'm more than content to go 3 go again and a Command and Conquer. That's perfectly fine. Get work. I'm a caretaker of my partner. So a full day away is a lot, and that's fair, Robert. I get that, man. I mean, and like there's Nothing wrong with that, you know? Nothing wrong with that. You got to take care of yourself and your family first. That is always more important than cards. I've preached that for a long time and I always will. Always got to take care of you and your family first. Always. So this is going to be go again into the old command and conquer. Curious to see how they block this. I mean, there are like a number of reactions we could have in our hand that could end the game here. So curious to see what they give up here. Yep. Makes sense. And then we'll give up the last command and conquer here. If they block with 2/6s, I'm probably willing to give up Tunic for a Rousing Wave. Art of War and the 2 copies of Rain Razors are out of their deck, so there's no point in a Rousing Wave. New Horizon gets rid of their arsenal anyway. I was like, they lose that no matter what, so that's fine with me. Okay. K. Yeah, fine. Just get rid of the Frostbites and come in with the dagger here. If they take 1, I'm not going to play the Hiss here because I think that's fine. I'm pretty content with them taking 1. Also, them blocking 2 means it doesn't kill them, so, you know, that's good. My name suggests I'm Dutch, so my faraway PQ tomorrow is 1 hour and 15 minutes drive. So most of my pro quests are about, I would say, like the furthest I drive for a pro quest is probably 3.5 hours. Most of my pro quests are 2.5 hours or less. My one next weekend is an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half to a town called Hendersonville. Not very far from me, but so this bumps us up to 3, and then this bumps us up to 6. So this wins here. Go again doesn't really matter, but coming over the top for 3 is what matters. That good game. Oh, they did have a no block. They had Remembrance in their deck. I forgot about that. So we would have banished double Chilling Ice Feint off the top. I don't think they had enough damage in their deck to be able to kill us from there, to be honest. Oh, that's right. It's attack action specifically. Thank you, Grant. Thank you, Grant. Can you tell I've never played this deck? Oh, all right. We did get a win. Started the game hot by forcing no arsenal up on turn 0 with Siren's Call into no witness, codex, and any arsenal disruption buys so much tempo and room. It felt like a pretty favored matchup for us. I mean, I've been wrong before about things like that, but that felt like a pretty good matchup. If I drive 3+ hours, I'm not in my country anymore. See, it's so funny to like have like hear people say things like that. And I really got that experience when I was in Singapore. I feel like Singapore was like, you know, you could drive an hour. It was like 2 hours, like an hour to 2 hours, and you were outside of the country. Like you were in a completely different part. Like in a completely different country. So it's very interesting to see and hear things like that. Because, you know, if I drive 3 hours in one direction, I'm still in my state, like much less a different country. Let's see. Do we have Prism on here? Ooh, there is not a Prism on here. All right, so we're gonna wing this one a little bit. We're gonna wing our sideboard guide because there's not Prism on here. Equipment. We're gonna run both the misplays. I don't know if that's correct. Poppers, all of the poppers, fates. Thinking me. Truly have no idea what the plan is here. We're about to wing this one. I imagine levels is pretty good. Pain in the backside seems like it could be good. Surgical. We probably want to be on some number. Sirens is probably good, I'd guess. Banish something doesn't really matter. I don't think. Homage, draw a card, go again. All seem impactful. I don't know. Let's try this and see what happens because I really have no idea. I guess it's true they do have footsteps, so we can try one scale peeler. See how good it is. How many cards are they willing to give me on turn 0 if I throw bonds? Here in Brazil, if I drive 3 hours, I'm also still in my state. Oh, see, so that's so like, I don't know, like it just like, I don't know, like different parts of the world, you know? Different parts of the world just, it's always different. It's always so funny. We are going for against OG Prism here. It is OG Prism. Yep, it sure is. Oh, what? Boo. I'm kidding. I mean, not really, but you know. I guess we'll see how aggressive they get with the blocks here. I'm deep under the Pacific Ocean. I grew up at the Belgian and German border. Dad working Chinese speaking. Had Belgian drinks in the Belgian ice cream cup 30 minutes. See, that's so interesting. Like, yeah, I definitely never got to experience that. That's for sure. I think I'm pretty content with just taking these 2 cards out of hand. We'll just arsenal the sink below and set up. And if we need to, we'll block with the Venomous Bite. You know, like that's fine. We also have a Popper. Like we also have an Erase Face. So I probably should have brought in Arcane Barrier. Thanks. Did not consider bringing in Arcane Barrier. Probably should have considered. Yikes. We'll attack them on the first one. Actually, we're supposed to do it the other way, right? We're supposed to scale peeler them on the first one. So that they can't just like block for free. Wave of Reality gets a Spectral Shield. We're going to hit the Merciful and just keep a Popper in hand, I guess. Can you give us new kids that too long didn't read of Prism? Yeah, absolutely. So OG Prism says pay 2, banish a card from Prism's Soul and create a Spectral Shield. Luminaris is the problem. Whenever there is a card with a yellow color strip in your pitch zone, illusionist attacks you control have go again. And all illusionist auras are weapons with 1 power and once per turn action pay 0 to attack. So she's trying to flood the board with auras and just overwhelm us. There probably won't even be that many heralds that she attacks with. Yeah, heralds honestly may not even be like that. Heralds may not even be like that common this game. Feels like this might be a rough matchup. Putting Genesis in play is tough. Tough. Excuse me. Put Genesis into play and make a Spectral Shield.
I'm in danger.
This is not going to go well for us. Sounds like the reason we left MTG. I mean, that's real, though. That's so real. So real. Well, not having a yellow strip. We're gonna sink below the Justinic here. Ew. Got worse now. We're going to attack them on the first one. Hope there's no Arclight Sentinel. And then the second one's going to go with the Genesis. The Shimmer is obnoxious, but I am much more content getting the Genesis out of play. The Genesis is going to be a real big problem. It lets him generate Soul. It lets him put Spectral Shields into play. Genesis is our biggest problem. And we're just going to Arsenal the Fate Scene here. Another Genesis. Dog. Dog. Okay. So they'll attack with the Shimmers of Silver again, probably. We will sink below from hand the Race Face, I guess. Okay. I mean, this doesn't feel great, but not much else going on here. This is kind of just how this matchup plays out, I think. Is that we're just forced into killing things. Like they were able to start the game with a double aura turn, which is pretty bad for us. Double aura almost anytime they get to put it in play is pretty backbreaking. We're going to give Fate Scene here because they're going to pitch to Prism at instant speed. Since this is an instant, they can just activate this. I guess Parable. Pretty obnoxious. We'll put a blue on the bottom. Feels like getting Go again here is not going to be very easy. We're going to block with Warmonger's Diplomacy on this next Spectral Shield. And then we do actually have a popper for this, so that's pretty nice. Because even though it is technically with Parable in play, we still have Blanche. Pretty good. Lines up pretty well for us. It's going to be Scale Peeler at them. And then I guess we'll Arsenal the Bonds of Attraction as like something to do here. We go down to one Spectral Shield. We are going to clear the Shimmers of Silver. The Parable we can deal with later. It's not as impactful for us this game. But we definitely, of course I say that, and then they do this nonsense. Cover this up. Hopefully there's no Angelic Wrath here. If they don't have another aura to put into play, which seems improbable, that would be nice for us. I'm going to fall down to 35 here. They don't, actually. Kind of crazy. No Arclight Signal. Clear this last Spectral Shield. Okay, that's fine. We won't clear the Spectral Shield. I mean, if they're blocking with cards, I'm okay with that. And then we're just going to kill Parable. It's going to be a slog. This is going to be like one of those like 45-minute games where we just have to keep blocking and killing everything as much as we can. Unfortunately, there's not really another option. Not really another option. Not having a D-React in Arsenal feels really bad right here. Okay. Gonna have to give up our headpiece here. Bad, but it is what it is. We're gonna take one, go to 34. Activate Prism, make another Spectral Shield. So we're going to go to 33 this turn off Spectral Shields. We're just going to pass. So we're just going to go buff power here and just try to get aggressive, and we'll hit them with the Siren's Call. If we can take a blue from their hand and we can clear the Spectral Shields, that would be good. And they know the Siren's Call is coming. There's a ton of yellows in their deck. It's actually possible they don't have a blue. Just like that. They have Sink Below, Merciful, Herald and Herald of Triumph and Working Herald. Okay. Sink Below from Arsenal. We have no way of knowing for sure what they still have in hand. All right. Well, I think we'll just take one here. Feels bad, but I think we'll just take one. Yep. We're going to go to 30 here. Fairly close to how I experienced Sai versus Gravy. I mean, yeah, you're just stuck clearing the board. Like trying to keep life up when you can, and just trying to clear the board is all you can do. There is like almost nothing else you can do. I'm gonna block with Persuasive, and we're just gonna try and kill. We're gonna send Scale Peeler. Actually, we're gonna send both of these at them, trying to get both of these Spectral Shields out of play. Now, if we do get the Spectral Shields out of play, then we're going to take 2 arcane damage. So we're kind of like taking it on both sides of the fence here, which feels really bad. And then we're going to throw Bonds at Merciful Retribution. Yeah. Going to put us to 28. Is there any way for OG Prism to loop us? That's a genuine question I don't know the answer to. Is a question I do not know the answer to. They have to pay to get their action point back if they want to, which they're not. Okay. Yeah, we're just gonna swing both of our daggers in Arsenal the single. Unfortunately, we're kind of doing our best Oldham impression game, which I kind of hate, but we don't have much of a choice. OG cannot loop. Thank you, Wally. Thank you. I was like, honestly, I don't know the answer to that question, but I appreciate it, brother. I appreciate it. All right. We go down to 38. Go blue, then red. Basic pitch stacking mentality. No! Edge. Decent hand here. Eh. Block 6. I don't think they can. I was like, I don't think they can attack us with the Ponder. This is one of this deck. This hero caused a lot of people I know to stop playing the game. I know a lot of people who stopped playing the game when this deck was around. Unfortunately, like the whole like board state, like you can't do anything about it, like really rubbed a lot of people the wrong way. So yeah, I know a lot of people that this bothered, that they did not like this style of play. And the crazy part is like we're at 25, and like they're still like well over half their deck left. Personal a double trouble. I mean, sure, like fine. Ooh. Stop it! Dissolve Reality is so good. I love how impactful this card is. Card's so good. Um, Actually, should I keep the hiss? Siren's Call or hiss better? Probably the hiss, right? Probably Siren's Call. I don't know. Depending on how many blues. Back. Technically, now they can loop with Angelic Attendant, but that would dedicate a lot of sideboard space. Okay, that's fair. I have no idea if it's going to work either, G. Right now, my game plan is to try and not die. Like, if I'm being entirely honest. Do we want to go upstairs? Like, do we just kill the haze bending and then just arsenal whatever we draw? I don't know. Maybe so. Leaves him with 2 auras, unfortunately. Here's a third Genesis. Yeah, Fatiguing Prism is very, very hard. Fatiguing Prism is honestly, like, basically impossible. But I don't really know, like, what else our plan is here. Like, I straight up don't know what else, like, we're trying to achieve this game. We're probably just going to block with everything in our hand here. Oh, they didn't give this go again. Okay. Come over the top here, and we'll try to play the Siren's Call on the erase face. I mean, I don't. I mean, I guess there's a world where we could just pitch all of our cards and kill the Genesis here. Leaving the Genesis in play feels wrong, but I would like to be able to like make some waves here on this turn cycle. Siren's Call takes another card. We might be able to make something happen here. Is it worth giving this go again to kill the Genesis? Truly have no clue. I truly have no clue. Prism is actually in a very, very good place in LL, I think. Take each other apart with this deck, but I don't ever want to see this across from me. That's funny. I guess we have to. I just hate we haven't blocked with it. I hate that we're leaving value off the table, but I don't know that there's another option. Like drawing into the blue there just lines up too well. This was the first hand where I felt like we actually had a pretty productive like ability to do something. Thank God for a popper. That means we have a hand where we get to do something, which is crazy. Neither one of our daggers are hitting, so it doesn't matter, but I would like to try and hit them with the surgical extraction if we could. If we can get some like tempo disruption going, we might be able to pull. If Tunic was up, we have a really cool play with the hiss. But I think this is fine. Just throwing 4 forces a card out of their hand. Okay. This is going to be a blowout. This is going to be a blowout if they block with footsteps. This is absolutely insane how good this is for us. Because now we get to blow up their footsteps. This is still a 6. We're still blowing up their footsteps here. That's okay. We're not hitting, so we're not banishing cards, but we are killing their footsteps, which means they can no longer gain action points back if they attack with heralds. Why would we save the Slither? I mean, it doesn't really do anything, right? They have 32 cards in their deck, and we have 33. You're supposed to try and Bonds of Agony them and leave the Parable in play. I mean, no, we can't, can we? We're one short. Yeah, never mind. We're one short. My bad. Never mind. We don't have Tunic up, so we couldn't do the whole thing there. We're just going to Arsenal Bonds and look for a better hand to play it, which I'm okay with. And that's fine. We'll put it to the bottom. Here on my... keep seeing like this hair. It's just like haunting me. I want to throw red Herald of Protection. Sure. And then they're just going to Arsenal, I think. So if we block 6, we can go Dagger, leave no witnesses at them. I think that's fine, right? Like, we're giving them Spectral Shield, which feels bad, but... that's true. The Slither actually would have been insane for the Bonds play there. That is true. Did you give them 1 extra point with that? Oh, they have a yellow. Oh, they get to do it for free because of Empyrean Rapture? Okay. Yeah, so us letting that hit was maybe incorrect. Maybe we were just supposed to block with 3 cards. Maybe we were just supposed to block with 3 cards. We actually get to go Dagger, Dagger into Leave No Witnesses. Pretty good. Because if they don't block either Dagger, then they have... they're just giving up Crown of Providence. And then we're potentially getting another card out of deck here. Yeah, Slither actually would have been good there, Bruno. You are correct. That would have been a better turn if I had hung on to the Slither. I was genuinely worried about it not having any text. Okay. 1 Arclight Sentinel, right? I mean, there's 2 more. That's 1 down. That's pretty solid. Vapor Seam feels pretty good here. I love this. We get to pop this, and they have no way to get their action point back. They can make a Spectral Shield if they want, but they only have 2 cards in their soul, so they have to be a little careful. I also haven't seen any Soul Shields yet. I know it's because I'm getting out of its range, but like I don't like. I don't know. I feel like I shouldn't have to be sitting on top of the mic the whole time to like for it to hear me. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I am gonna have to do that. Maybe I am gonna have to do that. But I've also had this mic for the last like week or so, and I've not had this issue until now. So I'm a little surprised that I'm just now having this issue with it. I fixed like some of like the levels and like the gates and stuff like that for the filters on it, and it seems to be better now. There's one more Herald of Erudition that I'm kind of just waiting for. I do have a background noise like negate feature set up, yes. Despise that this has go again. I guess there aren't that many poppers in our deck, so we might be in a tough spot the rest of the game. As it depends on like what the rest of their deck looks like. Absolutely not. So we are going to kill Passing Mirage. We're just going to go at them, and then we're going to go at Passing Mirage. Because if they take their turn off to put Arclight Sentinel in play, which is what they're thinking about right now, that's fine with me. Yeah, losing Mask early sucked. I agree. Blocks it? Yeah, right. Exactly, Robert. Exactly. Pitch stacking is a concept that, like, the more you play, the more it will come to you. Like, don't get me wrong, it's not like pitch stacking is not always an easy thing to do, but the more you play, the better you will get at it. I promise. Actually, there's no more poppers left in our deck. Killing that might, well, it's 1 damage every time it attacks, so it's worth killing it. We'll just block with a codex. I'm okay with that. There's 1 soul shield. Ooh. So we're going to attack with levels of enlightenment. We're going to hold priority by playing homage to the ancestors. And then we're going to pitch to activate new. They have a sink below on top. And now we're going to pick go again, attacking them for 2. And then we're going to attack the Parable of Humility. If this had go again, this would be insane, right? We could actually like get pretty aggressive here. Okay, this is the last Merciful. So we're going to go to 11. And then they'll attack us for 1. And they're going to make a Spectral Shield. Fortunately, we're going to have to get the Merciful out of play here. Passing Mirage can stay for a turn, I guess. Guess I could leave the Sink Below in hand. The way to like block it here. I'm going to kill the Merciful. This will pitch the Codex. Leaving the blue 3 block in hand is fine. The Merciful giving them Soul is also what sucks here. Like the Merciful at instant speed means that they have guaranteed go again stuff for at least 2 more turns because of the 2 Soul. Man, it feels like we are so close. But it feels like we're just going to fall short of fatiguing them. There's 1 more Herald of Erudition, right? Yeah, we have to save the Sink Below for that. The Favor Scene, I mean. We're going to block 6 and take 3. And then we will attack them. And then we'll attack the Passing Mirage. Or I'm sorry, the Haze Bending. Passing Mirage is obnoxious, but... Okay. So they're going to put us to 5 here. When we get into the Kodachi lock is where we're going to have a problem. I don't think there are any more Genesis. There's no more Mercifuls left. I know that for sure. Genesis. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's going to be close if we can actually do this. Doesn't feel very probable, but we're getting close. Haze bending is going to be a problem. Because like we're at 2 basically with nothing else happening next turn. Safer scene. We'll just bottom the blue like it's fine. Probably a red right behind it based off of how I pitch stacked. Yeah. If they activate Prism, we'll go to 1. Tunic makes it to where this is okay. Attack them, attack Passing Mirage with the Tunic. All right. I think we're ever going to get to play Bonds of Agony, so it's our last point of life. That is unfortunate. You have to block with 2 cards here. So we traded 4 cards out of our deck for 2 cards out of their deck. That is not good for us in the card advantage battle. We're going to have to block the Spectral Shield with the Tunic here. And we're going to need to keep a blue. Oh, they still have 1 card in Soul? That's so obnoxious. And Shelter would be insane right here. I hate this. I hate this, but we have to. I think we're just dead here. Oh, that's not going to help anything. I think we are dead now. If we kept the blue, we could kill this. But I was trying to set up the Fate Proscenium Arsenal. Oh, we have 2 no blocks and a 2 block here. Yeah, we were super dead. Didn't matter. This comes in for 1. We have to block like this. Yeah. We be dead. We be dead. I'm just going to let this happen. There's no way for us to stay alive here. Good game, opponent. Let's see. So they had quite a few Heralds left. The Cataclysms weren't going to do anything for them, but they had quite a few Heralds left. I don't know. I'm not sure. That matchup feels pretty tough. That matchup feels pretty tough, to be honest. Let's see. We got a loss. Matchup feels pretty bad. Was aiming for the board clear. So much damage. So much damage leaks through on whereas 1 ping. Not sure how to match up. I mean, we're on 9 poppers, or I'm sorry, 7 poppers. So I don't really know if there's just like a this or that way to like improve that matchup. Like, I don't really know if there's just stupid deck. They're dumb. Yeah, I like that. You're not beating board state is new. Okay, so this is just like an auto loss then. There's just nothing to do. Be able to send Disruption to face and kill a Spectra in the same turn. You had a chance to do it once, but instead blocked an Aura for 1. Okay. I guess that makes sense. I could see something like that being impactful. Overall, I know we only went 2-2 today, but I was very, very impressed. The deck felt very clean. Didn't It felt very like the deck felt really good. It kind of seems like we just abuse some of the aggro decks, and like we probably do well into the mid range decks, but we struggle into like Prism. Probably seems to be like what's going on here. And Prism's a very popular deck in LL, so I don't know. I don't know where that leaves New as far as like picking for the meta and stuff like that. So I don't know. Anyway, you can beat Dromai, you're not beating Prism. Okay, fair enough. Guys, thanks so much for hanging out today. Thanks for being here. I know I had some mic issues and stuff today, so I really appreciate y'all hanging out. Means a lot. Appreciate y'all chilling. No stream tomorrow. Curly and I are out and about doing birthday plans with some of our friends. We will be streaming Monday night. We'll probably be playing CC. I don't know. We'll kind of see what happens. I'll be testing some more over the course of the weekend, and then we'll come back on Monday and get some more games in. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Have a good day, and I will see y'all on Monday. Take it easy, guys.
Kyle requested 5 subs of water.